Brighton 2, Tottenham 2. And to be honest, with the way the game started, I'm taking that. As we spoke about yesterday, the Amex for Spurs over recent times has been a pretty dreadful place to go. Obviously, you've only got to think about that 3-2 that we bottled the 2-0 lead last season. Obviously, got smoked again the year before that. And yeah, the way the game started. Talking about the start, first 5 to 10 minutes, well, 5 to 7 minutes, Spurs were actually decent. The balance looked so much better with Destiny Doggy on the left. Obviously, that being on his naturally side, Destiny Doggy started so sharp as well. You see the training ground videos that they put on their YouTube. Destiny was doing work with Matt Wells and a couple other coaches, and you can just see that that's really been drilled into him. And he was getting past his man, putting balls in. He just looked so sharp. But against the run of play, 7 minutes in, 1-0 Brighton, Minter. It was literally a fast break, ball over the top. He's absolutely rapid as well. Romero played him on. He rounded Vicario 1-0, and yeah, it put us on the back foot after that great start. Um, Brighton then started to apply some pressure. Spurs got a few chances, mainly from Pedro Porro crosses. He played one ball over the top to Richarlison. Richie probably could have done better. I think Richie was pretty average today. He did have a knee injury before the game, and maybe that was as to why he played pretty bad. He managed to get a full 90, which I do not know why. But yeah, a couple chances, and then once again, I wouldn't say against the run of the play because Brighton did come into the game, but it was 2-0. Richarlison pouring the lead up, went down so softly, stayed down as well. Minimal contact through the back of him as well. Sort of, but we still had the chance to clear through Bergvall. Wasn't the greatest. Sorry, I can't remember who scored it, but 2-0 is absolutely. It wouldn't even have been, to be fair. It did have a bit of swerve on it. Vicario got a hand to it, but I personally think I'm not a keeper, so do I give him the benefit of doubt? I don't know. You guys let me know, do you? But I got a couple of questions on Vicario for that one because I believe personally he should have done better on that. But yeah, it is what it is. Just before halftime, Spurs managed to pull one back, 2-1. Richarlison. Well worked combination, to be fair. It was Bentancur, Kudus, Odebear all linked up together. Sort of, Kudus had a shot, it kind of came out, and then Richie tapped it in from within 6 yards just before halftime. Great time to get a goal before because it was looking long. To be 2-0 down at halftime, it was looking very long, especially away from home as well. With a team of the quality of Brighton, it was going to be a tough order. Already being 2-1 down, 2-1 down makes it a lot easier. Halftime, I think that there should have been some subs. Me personally, I would have taken Richie off. Yes, of course, we saw in typical Spurs fashion the only other, we brought in a new striker in Kolo Muani on transfer deadline day, and he is already injured. They said with a dead leg. So yes, I know there's no options because Solanke could obviously not fit enough yet, not back in the squad. But there was options like Dane Scarlett. I appreciate he's probably not going to bring on Dane Scarlett. Matthias Tell, yes, I know he's not the greatest up top, but I just think we needed something because Richie wasn't doing too much. Every time he tried to hold the ball, it wasn't really sticking. Obviously, I mentioned a knee injury, so that's probably the reason. But I think you've just got to look to make a difference. Um, yeah, no subs at halftime. I thought maybe that would cost us. Second half, Spurs did start the better, of course, building on the momentum from the goal we scored just before halftime. I think Richarlison was just pulling out a bit wide too much. Every time we got the ball out in the wide positions, Richarlison wasn't in the box. There was a couple of times where there was a chance to deliver, and it was only really Bergvall in there. And yes, I appreciate Bergvall is a talented player, but of course he's not a number 9, and he's not a striker. So that is where you want your striker in the box. It was about 60 minutes. Xavi Simons came on in the number 10 position. And for me personally, that's where that game changed. We saw him instantly. having chances, had very good effect. He had two chances pretty quick. One was a decent save from Verbruggen. I wouldn't say outstanding. Right footed shot into the left hand corner. Pushed it wide for a corner. Next time, Kudus well worked ball to the edge of the box where Xavi Simons was. And I think Xavi Simons should have done better. He did scuff the ball, but me personally, I think he should have at least tested the keeper, if not scored. But yeah, scuffed the ball. Nonetheless, the pressure continued to mount. Xavi Simons once again picked up the ball, sprayed it out to Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus on his left foot whipped in a lovely delivery. I think Paulinho got a touch in it. I haven't actually seen a replay, but I'm pretty sure Paulinho got a little flick on it. Van Hecker came off his sort of midsection, mid-range, like hip pelvic area, into his own net, and that was 2-2. And to be honest with you, I thought Kudus was pretty average in the game until we saw Xavi Simons come on, and he just went up a level. And I think maybe that's just the difference you get when you get a proper number 10 in that position, because he just brings out the best in players. Things really started to happen when Xavi Simons came on. Yes, he did give the ball away a couple times, but come on, he's still adjusting to the Premier League, but he makes such a difference. And from that 30-minute cameo, we saw him in the 10. I don't see any reason why we should be putting him on the left wing anymore, because he made so much happen in that short space of time. And who knows, if he came on at halftime, maybe we would have won the game 3-2. But good showing from Spurs, to be honest, because as I said, being 2-0 down, we've been there so many times. Spurs going 2-0, and we just get absolutely battered. So, yeah, fair props to Thomas Frank. The team didn't panic. Heads didn't drop. We continued to push. And the goals that came against us were both against the run of play. As I said, the second one was a bit of a worldie, but at the same time, keeper should have done better. First goal, fast break, literally. Minter, rapid. He's one of the quickest players in the Prem. If you give a player with that much space, of course he's going to score. But I'm taking the 2-2, to be honest. Yes, I did predict 2-1 win, but of course I'm never going to say we're going to lose, are we? But yeah, you guys let me know what you think if you watched the game. What do you think about Xavi in the 10? He looks so good. Richarlison as well. What do you guys think of him? Obviously, I know we've got issues, but we've got to look for something else. What do you make up of the lineup as well? Because obviously a couple players came out. We saw Papsano in there. Odebear, first Premier League start. I think that's his first start of the season as well, obviously, because he hasn't started in the Champions League. What do you make of it? Being 2-0 down, do you think maybe we shouldn't have gone 2-0 down? Is that a Frank issue? Or is it resilience from Spurs? Let me know in the comments. Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Like, share, all of that. And we'll be back to preview Doncaster in a couple of days. Peace and love.